We have a very full chapel this morning, but we'll begin it with a chapel talk by Sam Jones. Please welcome Sam.
I have lived here for 4 years. That's the longest I've ever lived anywhere, and it feels like forever. Over the last 17 years, I've moved 6 times. Not just little moves, either. They were always across continents or across oceans. I'm telling you this because I want you all to know that people and the facts of life are fundamentally the same everywhere you go. It really doesn't get much better than it does here in St. Johnsbury. Sure, most places are more exciting, have more people, and have better weather, but you're not missing out on any of the important things in life by living here. The only time you miss out is when you go through life with the perception that you are the most genuine, most vibrant thing that walks on the face of the earth. You see the rest of life is boring, repetitive, and unimportant because you're too wrapped up in yourself to see the better story written all around you. It's taken me a long time to realize the things that are missed because of this mindset. It's easy, sometimes, to look at the world as if you're the only person who matters. It's completely normal because as far as you can tell, you are the only person who really lives. Everyone else appears to be mindless, soulless drones that stumble around without caring about anyone or anything but themselves. They talk too loud, slow down the security lines at the airport, and cut you off on the drive to school or work or wherever it is you absolutely have to be in the next 5 minutes or you'll be late. And then you'll have to face the consequences and deal with even more idiots, and your day will be absolutely ruined. I know that everyone, especially me, has had similar thoughts to these, and that's just the thing. To most other people, you're the one who's unimportant, who's selfish and inconsiderate, and should really just hurry up and get out of the way. What I want to ask you to consider is the possibility that maybe, just maybe, life is a whole lot more romantic and exciting than it seems. For example, that deer lying dead on the side of the road with its tongue hanging out of its mouth and one leg barely attached wasn't just some dumb animal. It was the product of billions of years of evolution and sacrifice by countless other animals. Or it was a creature made by God. Or it was a reincarnation of some poor car salesman from Kentucky who didn't live his past life as well as he could have. Well, looking at things in these kinds of ways doesn't change the fact that the deer is still lying dead on the side of the road. They give it meaning in a greater context. You're forced, if just for a brief moment, to connect with this thing outside of yourself and realize that the external world is just as complex and meaningful as your internal world. Looking back on the last 4 years, even the last 17, I wish I had come to this realization a little sooner. I missed out on a lot because I was too closed-minded and self-absorbed to realize that life was much better than I worried it was, and that the world is a whole lot bigger than just what I know about it. I still struggle with this. It's not easy to step outside of yourself and see the bigger picture, but you absolutely have to, or you'll miss out on what I think is the most important fact of life. That it is not just the endless march of one thing after another, but it's the way you always hoped it was. Exciting, full of purpose, and most importantly, an adventure. Thank you.
Thanks, Sam.